Hi everybody, it's Tony Gambino, and I want to thank you for tuning into my brand new cooking program called Cooking with Tony Gambino. I'm really glad you came. I'm really happy because this is the first episode and it's a big deal for me, if you know what I mean. I think you do. I think you understand, okay? Now let's talk about cooking. First of all, lots of people, when they're cooking, they like to have something to drink. Some people, they like to have a glass of wine. Somebody has a glass of soda, a cup of coffee. Me, I like a glass of scotch. So here first, I'm having my glass of scotch, as you can see, okay? Now the next thing you do is you gotta get some pots and pans. And I'm not talking about bullshit pots and pans. You gotta get some good pots and pans, just like my mama used to have. You know what I'm saying? She had the same pots and pans for 100 years, if you know what I mean, okay? So that's what you gotta do. Alright, now let's talk about what we're gonna cook for today, okay? And this is important stuff, because in my house, in my kitchen, it doesn't matter what you're making, okay? You could be making a braciole, you could be making sausage and peppers, you could be making, I don't know, a chicken cacciatore, but at some point, you gotta make the pasta. Okay? And the pasta is the last thing you make, but it's the most important thing, because if the pasta is wrong, everything is wrong, nothing is right, if you know what I'm saying, okay? So let's talk about the pasta, okay? Well, when it comes to making pasta, first of all, you gotta have a big pot of motherfucking boiling water. Now, here's what you do. You get about 4-6 quarts of water. You put it in a pot. You gotta have a pot big enough for 6 quarts of water. And you put it up on the stove, high heat, and you bring it to a boil. And it's gotta be a rolling motherfucking boil, okay? You can't be screwing around because you want your pasta to be cooked just right. You put a little pinch of salt. Okay, now what the salt does is it flavors the water a little bit, and it gives the pasta a little bit of taste, if you know what I'm saying, just a little bit, because your sauce is going to take care of everything else. So what you do, okay, so you put your water in your pot, you put it on your stove, you put it on the high heat, and you make it come to the boil. Now this pot you use is your spaghetti pot, is your pasta pot, okay? You don't cook nothing else in there. You only use it to boil the water for your pasta. That's what it's all about, okay? And you put the pasta in and you cook it until it's al dente, okay? Now what does that mean? That means it's got a little bit of chewy. Alright, you gotta chew it just a little bit. You don't want it mushy. You don't want it, you know, why? What for? You know, who can eat that shit, alright? You're breaking my heart when you give me pasta like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you gotta do. So it's all about how you boil the motherfucking water. You boil the water, you put in your pasta, you cook it till it's done, and that's it. And then your whole meal is complete. I want to thank you for tuning in this time to Cooking with Tony Gambino, and I hope to see you next time when we talk about how to slice your fucking bread.